Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about the night of the roaring night. Now, I'm gonna spoil everything at all times. Alright, so, the knight appeared multiple times at the end of chapter 3, which is, okay, that's weird, oh god, and he's all over chapter 4, thing. So there's obviously a few things to dissect, if I do say so myself. First of all, identification. I like to have an ID, please. Can I have an ID? See, most of the theories about the knights in the previous era of pre-chapter 3 and 4 was all about the identity of the knight, and a lot of people thought it was Chris. Those people were wrong. Look, I get a single W in my entire life. I gotta take that shit. I said it wasn't Chris, and it wasn't Chris. Now, I did say it was Chris with Azrael together, but like that's wrong, so I'm not talking about that. And so basically the community has basically decided that if you are on Reddit, you better think it's Des or you are going to get crucified. Like, genuinely, this is out of character here for a moment. If you go on Reddit, there's like a 90% chance they will say it's Des, right? And if you say anything else, there's like a 40% chance that someone will tell you to kill yourself. Genuinely, I've seen like 4 threads on the topic, and in 2 of those, I've seen someone genuinely say that. Not joke say that, genuinely say that. So yeah, don't go on Reddit is the moral of this story, I think. Nevertheless, the thing is, I agree with them too. I think it's that. But why do I think it's that? So let's go over the evidence that we got. Well, if we take a look at the knight's design, the knight very obviously appears to be some kind of shapeshifter. The shape of the knight doesn't really tell us literally anything, because at some points that dude is just a ball. Like, motherfucker balling. At the other times, the sword kinda looks like a bat, and then it looks like a sword. Nothing here makes any goddamn sense. Sometimes the chest goes open in a roar. Sometimes the head's a mask, like this knight mask I drew. And other times, it's a deer-looking thing that has a moving mouth. None of this is consistent or makes any goddamn sense. However, there are some design decisions that are actually interesting to talk about. See, on the normal knight helmet, which is, you know, the normal position that the knight is in, where the knight helmet, there are actually like deer antlers on the top. So that's interesting to know. So that would probably mean that it may be a deer. But you know, then we can ask ourselves the question, obviously, does it actually mean literally anything? Because, you know, I don't think any deer can open their chest, you know. So it may actually not be a deer, and it may actually be part of the knight mask. Maybe the way that knights are designed in this world is just with these kind of antlers. And you may call it coping. Which I do too, by the way. I just want to, you know, mention that it's not 100% locked in that it's even a deer. You can have any theory about the knight. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The obvious choice is Des, but that doesn't mean any other choice is not valid. For fuck's sake, Deltarune community, shut the fuck up. Anyways, I've also seen a lot of people say that the sword is held like a bat. Which I did bring that up with how the sword looks like not a sword for a moment there, and I stand by that. But that's not held like a bat. It's just not. Like, the way it spawns in is right. They do this, then they go like this, and then they go like this. This is not how you hold a bat. This is just not how you hold a bat. You hold a bat like this. I don't know what everyone's on about. Like, that's just. Hold on. So, if I were to hold a bat, I would do it like this, right? I would do it in the Qui-Gon Jinn pose. Maybe even a little bit like this, you know, in the old Wii Sport pose. Who the fuck holds a bat like this? No one. This is not how you hold a bat, right? Am I weird? Am I weird for not holding bats like that? I'm very confused as to what everyone's on about. It's held like a bat. No, it fucking isn't. What? Anyway, also, we gotta mention, this dude cringe as hell. Like, aura farming to the fucking maximum. I just want to point it out, right? The way that the knight is introduced. Slashes tenor. Right? Arms off. Completely annihilated, if I do say so myself. However, then we walk like 4 feet to the left, and then the knight's like this. Like, bro, you just killed someone over there. You didn't do it like this. So what you did was you got your fucking sword, right? You slashed their arms off, then you hit the sword, turned around so that Susie can call out to you, and then you did the fuck it, you're cringe as hell. And you put the fucking sword away too, so that you can spawn it in like this, so that people can be like, damn, you really like holding it like a bat. My favorite kind of bat. Also, this dude Aurafarming all over chapter 4 as well. Like, he did not have to do all that. And if you're confused about the pronouns I'm using for the night, I don't care. So yeah. The fucking piles of Aurafarming death dust, like it's crazy. Alright, so now that we're all on the same page, you can get your own idea from it. Personally, think is this. Yippee. Now I want to talk about all them doors. So Chris obviously working together with the knight. That's pretty obvious. However, unfortunately, there was a door in the church that said, yeah, well, in the large person could fit inside this door. Do you want to open it? And then the player is like, yeah, turn the doorknob. And then Chris turns the doorknob and it goes away. Like, bro, knight obviously behind it. And the door says a large person can fit inside. Obviously referring to the knight. So in chapter 2, it obviously referred to the knight as well. Which means I'm correct again. I will take my W's and leave. If we ignore every time I'm wrong, I'm always right, baby, always right. I just wanted to mention that because it's another fucking W for the Cam mod. Well, you know what their mod is cooking? The mod is cooking W after W after W. Fun fact, my theory that I actually worked on isn't even disproven yet. I don't think. I think there's a little more information about it actually, which is interesting, you know. Shut up! Who? Helldivers. You know what? Don't shut up. Never mind, it's a bug planet attack. Absolutely shut the fuck up. Anyway, what was I saying? Ah, yes, shadow crystals. So because of Susie being absolutely fucking based in chapter 3 and doing the move on the knight, we actually know that the knight's blade is made out of shadow crystals. Very interesting if I do say so myself personally. So their weapon is made out of the things that Sean needs. That's interesting, everybody. I think that's interesting very much if I do say so myself. The shadow crystals are being given to people to make them go mad. But why are they being given to people to make them go mad? That's a good question. One which I do not have the answer for. No, really. Sometimes you just gotta realize that you need someone smarter to do the mystery for you. Look, I am very openly stupid. Like, I'm not even trying to sound like a smart person at any time, personally. So, in my open stupidity, I would like for the theorizers to do their theorizing first, and then I pick the one that sounds the least stupid. Or sometimes I get a flash of lightning hit my face, like the Ralsei Fury. Sometimes I just gotta be that guy. And you know, I did want to do like an ironic video about Ralsei again, where he's still a lion bastard. But at this point I'd feel bad, so I'll probably not feel bad in a few months. Anyway, based on the fact that the shadow crystals are given to the secret bosses, it's the same material made out of made the sword out of. I'm not particularly sure if it's actually the knight giving out the shadow crystals. It would make sense if it is the knight, considering Jevil is the one that talked to the Chaos King, you know, and said that, hey, the knight did all that, and the Chaos King was like, damn, I hate lightness now. You know, completely ignoring the fact that someone like that has to be a lightner. Oopsie fucking daisy, you know, that's on me. Anyway, it's very warm. It's very warm. I do wonder about Sean's plan, cause like, I don't know what they are trying to do. Considering that we know the shadow crystals are now made to make the knight's blade, I think Sean just kinda want me to stab the knight. Which is honestly kinda fucking based. I'm totally with Sean, hell yeah, they got a point! The prophecy probably says someone gotta die. And what if I make there someone tonight? Have you considered that you can trick the funny prophecy to just mean something that you prefer? Because I would definitely kill the knight. Look, Chris may be a pain right up me buttocks. However, I don't like the knight a little bit harder. You know, even if it's this, I'd be like, boo fucking who, just stay the fuck dead, you know. This whole bringing you back to life business is clearly a little too dangerous, you know? If we have to bring the world to the brink of collapse to bring you back, no, stay the fuck dead. It's not that deep. Also, with this whole chapter release, I'm starting to think that this is the second person from the Gonna Maker intro. You know, the person that discarded everything and made us inhabit Chris. Which would be an interesting betrayal that Chris doesn't know about. And funny. So Chris gets betrayed by the only person they simp for. I'll get fucked over for no reason. And that's just kind of like Aurafarming in the distance. I can imagine, like, last chapter, everyone suddenly appears, you know, and then everything is on fire, the world is ending, and Asriel pulls up like, "What's up, Leif? Now, what the fuck is going on?" It would be peak cinema. You gotta give it to me. Nevertheless, my fit goes absolutely goddamn hot. Kill the clown!